Barbra Streisand is changing her tune about the latest remake of A Star is Born. As we know, Barbra starred in a version of the movie back in 1976 with Kris Kristofferson. Back in 2018, Barbra said she liked the new version, but when she was recently asked about the film on an Australian talk show, she said Lady Gaga's version was too similar to hers. Watch.
But I thought it was the wrong idea. It was a big success, so I can't argue with success, but I don't care so much about success as I do originality.
Okay, in fact, she heard that Beyonce and Will Smith were supposed to star in the new version, which she says would have made it very different. Tori, I know you're a huge Barbra Streisand fan.
Huge babs.
So what'd you think of this?
It is a big diss, especially because Gaga is considered one of the most classically trained, and she works with Tony Bennett. Barbra Streisand, another classically trained singer, really put her down. Now, what's interesting to me about all of this is Barbra Streisand was doing a remake of A Star is Born from Judy Garland, who was doing a remake of A Star is Born from a 1930s version. So let's not be hypocritical here, because we were all making remakes and she was one of them. Would it have been interesting with Beyonce and Will Smith? Yes. She doesn't give a bleep about what people think. So she says it like it is, and she rarely gives interviews. So don't expect her to speak about this ever again.
I think it would be interesting with Beyonce and Will Smith. I think it would have been a hit for sure as well. But all that you said, I didn't know was even a remake when it came out. So sometimes we're always against remakes and things coming out, especially nowadays they come out too soon. But I didn't know that was a remake, and it was a success. And, I think in another 30 years you could do it again. But that's the appeal about remakes nowadays, even though they're overdone now.
Well, I don't even know if they're overdone, because people keep showing up on the planet, Jeff. That's why like a term like originality doesn't really mean as much as it used to, because it might be old to us, but to my son and daughter that are 13 and 14, they're like, oh, what is this? So it's always kind of evolving, but there's kind of the same thing for each generation. Like, how long has Tony the Tiger been around, or Thor, Spider-Man? We're still talking about Batman. Been around since 1920.
Tony the Tiger.
What was that?
From Frosted Flakes in the same sentence as Batman.
I'm saying that the same things are still here.
Or an Oscar-winning classic.
I don't think Tony the Tiger is in Frosted Flake commercials anymore.
Tony the Tiger is way more popular than A Star is Born.
I cannot
Without a doubt.
You put Tony the Tiger in
You want to hit the street, Sam, and do a little?
I can't believe you put it in the same sentence.
You want to do a little man and woman on the street and see?
Thor and Spider-Man.
I stand by what I say.
Wow. Okay.